Hey, I'm Brian Van, SportbikeTrackGear.com, and today we're going to break down the Woodcraft Stator cover protector on our 2018 STG BMW S1000RR project bike. Okay. To protect the stator cover, what Woodcraft has done here is they've developed an aluminum over cover. This is going to bolt right over our OEM engine cover. And you can see here, it works really well in conjunction with their frame slider to protect a vulnerable area of the motorcycle. If you have their rear sets on like we do too, then you have a fixed foot peg back here, right? It just really enhances the way the bike comes out from a crash. These cover protectors or engine covers are available with several different types of replaceable skid pads. We typically, with our race bikes, we like to go with a low profile stainless steel. These last a long time. It's a hard material, so on the ground, they last a long time, slide a long way before they wear through, much farther than the aluminum. The aluminum ones will also be twice as thick, which can reduce ground clearance. If you happen to corner that low, that can be an issue on select bikes. What I like to do is obviously read the instructions, right? It's a great way to start. Woodcraft does a great job of that. They always include photos, very clear instructions. I like to mount it up against the bike, get a good sense for which bolts we're pulling out. We're going to be pulling here, 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 and here. Save all of your OE hardware. It's very important to remember that. They've included replacement bolts, because now that we have the overcover, the stock bolts certainly aren't going to work. They're just going to be simply too short. We also need to fix the skid pad to the cover protector. They've included hardware to get that done. It's right here. They do recommend using thread locker. We're going to use blue Loctite. They bolt from the inside out. Okay, so if in fact these were to come loose and your skid plate falls off, well, that'd be kind of a bummer. So, preventive measure here, little thread locker. They're also using tapered hardware here. You have a lot of mechanical grip from the tapered hardware, which is nice. Doesn't require a lot of torque to get a lot of grip. You'll see with a lot of the parts that they develop over at Woodcraft, that is the style hardware they use because it just simply makes sense. Go ahead and run them all down just so they've seated before you apply any real torque. No torque spec here, just keep them even. They do make mention of a torque spec right here for the cover protector, about 7 foot-pounds. I have my 3/8 torque wrench set at 7 foot-pounds. Just make a couple passes here, make sure those are all good and even. Now we need to remove those 4 bolts. I've got a T30 Torx. Also important to note when you're done with this, even though you haven't disturbed the gasket, you do want to run and warm the engine before you ride the motorcycle, just to make sure you haven't created any issues. There's no leaks. Highly unlikely, yet it is possible. If you look at the hardware, each of the bolts is identical in length, so you don't have to worry about length and position. Go ahead and slide your overcover in place. Use a T-handle here. just to get them seated. You can see that that is very little torque. Let's give everything one more pass. Make sure we're good and even. Like so. The part looks good and it's fully functional. It's a very easy install. Who is this right for? Is this right only for racers and track day riders? I'd say no, because at the end of the day, sooner or later, shit happens and bikes find a way to land on the ground. This cover really sticks out the side of the bike and it makes it vulnerable. All the OE covers are kind of brittle, right? Even if you're not sliding, which would normally wear through a cover, from impact, they have been known to crack. These cover protectors, like you see here from Woodcraft, they really add a lot of structural stability and help manage that impact a whole heck of a lot better. So this makes sense for racetrack or street riding. If you have any questions about this install, just leave them in the comment section of this video. I answer all that stuff myself, and I'm here to help you get the same result from your projects we do ours.